Hey guys, it is Saturday, October 4th, the night of Nuit Blanche. I spent most of the day kind of just hanging out and relaxing, trying not to really spend too much energy, because I'm planning on staying up all tonight. And right now it's close to 7 p.m., so I'm riding over to Adam and Don's, and we're gonna go check out Nuit Blanche, the Danforth hub. I'm already seeing some Nuit Blanche style action, people setting things up. Bento, he's excited to go, and yeah, we're out and we're off for the walk. First thing, it's like a post-it note thing. Leave a message. Write whatever makes you happy on this sticky note, and then you can put it on the fence. I put that I like dogs. Yep. Behind there is the park. There was a few, I don't know if these are supposed to be photo backdrop kind of things, but we took photos of them. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm gonna kind of just take a picture of the artist statements and stuff and show you the art and then move on. And to be honest, I haven't even read most of these artist statements. I'm kind of just wanted to see everything and figured if I really cared, I could go back and read it. If you care, you're gonna have to pause to read it. But yeah, you're gonna see a lot of art relating to people's cultures and heritages and language, just in general being like, yeah, things don't need to be the way they are, but it is the way it is. Yeah. Every now and again, some of the art is too crowded. I generally don't want to wait in line. They had a silent rave going, which we didn't go in. We'd been to one of those last year. And yeah, just some neat stuff. You can go in, walk around, get some flowers. Again, artist statement, kind of long. I do wonder if it's people are using chat GDP to fluff their artist statements. You could just be yeah, I made these cool flowers that don't exist anymore. But this is kind of what they were like. Yeah. This one. A blast from the past? A little bit. Remember MSN Messenger, guys? Yeah, I do. That's how old I am. Yeah. So all in all, the Danforth hub is pretty good, I would say. You know, it's kind of nice that it's a relatively small area between two subway stops. Coxwell and Greenwood, I think. So it's not a huge area, and since it's both sides of the street, you can kind of just do a loop, and you're good. Over here, thing about language, and I think the bottom line is write something untranslatable. There's a lot of kids writing 6, 7, which is a meme that I've read the exclamation for, and it just does not. It's just not funny, guys. I don't know. It's just some numbers. Yeah. There's the tuba people and lots of brass instruments there. I'm looking forward to hearing them at this point. I've actually put that as the music for the video right now, so we do see them later. And then we've crossed over to the south side of the street. At Good Vibes Kitchen here, they've got the statue head. Yep. Oh yeah, Boral. Smelled really good there. They were making pancakes. Mini dessert ones, I guess. I'm not really sure, but damn. That's some good smelling things. So yeah, booster juice. I don't don't have like high expectations for the Danforth hub, and I'd say my expectations were mostly met. I feel like when they had Conrad, that big raccoon sculpture, that was pretty good, but nothing exactly like that this year. A lot of window displays, which can be kind of cool, but it is what it is, you know. It's not like mind-blowing stuff. Looking at the Danforth map, those brass people started playing at like 8:30, and that was cool. They were pretty good. But we've seen everything in the Danforth hub now, so we're going back to Adam and Don's, and we made some dinner. I ate a big salad, hung out with Bento, you know how it is, guys. Played some video games, kind of just killing time. I do want to go to the downtown area and check out that stuff, but just in my past experiences of going to Nuit Blanche, it's like if you go to downtown at like 10 p.m. it's gonna be ultra crowded and not really a good time. So it's better to just like kill a few hours, maybe like rest a bit, and then head back out at like 1 or 2 a.m. On my way down, stopped at the Daniels Spectrum here. They had a few things. Everything that's a part of their displays has been made by a local. Yeah, this is like a soundscape thing, like local to the Regent Park area. So that's nice. Lots of paintings in this gallery. I like how this is lit up. Very, very clean and professional. I was like, wow, that's some good art here. Sometimes it's just nice to like look at some classic good art, good painting kind of things. Like, yeah, good stuff here. And underneath they have like little inspirational quotes, which I cut out of the video. This video is going to be a long one. And I'm recording this like right after I've like filmed all this stuff. It's 5:30 a.m. So if I sound tired and like I don't really give a shit, that's probably why. Visited Sankofa Square for the first time since they've changed the name. And on the map there was some Nuit Blanche art thing. It turns out it's like whatever's wrapped on these pillars, the disappearing act. It's probably like a human trafficking thing, but it's kind of hard to see the art. And I was like, well, that's probably going to be there any day, so I'm just going to stop looking at that. And next to the Holy Trinity Church, they had kind of a neat light display thing. I don't think this is a Nuit Blanche thing, it's probably just an Eaton Center thing. But that's cool. Now I'm heading over to Nathan Phillips Square, and I feel like in past Nuit Blanches, this is like where one of the like the highlight exhibits is usually. And they've got this big banner. English is a foreign language. Some other things. Love Revolution. Yeah, I mean, that was the thing. It's a big banner. The message is like cool and stuff, but I don't know. The other things they had were just brands. Like this is an energy drink thing, and this Discover Hong Kong. I'm pretty sure that's just like a travel ad to go to Hong Kong. I was like, that's really all there is in there? Otherwise the square was empty. I don't know, guys. Over here, this is like a drum circle simulator. Yeah, people were walking out of it being like, I guess we missed the people like dancing? I don't know. And as I went up University, there was a lady singing here. So I stopped and listened to the next song that she did. And she was great at singing. I don't think this is like an official thing, but I'm just gonna play her song.
Only
So yeah, I just thought that that was cool. Not only can she sing, but she was like pulling a big crowd in. Anyways, continuing on to Dundas, finally reaching a section where the street is pedestrian only. That's just nice. Kinda wish more streets were pedestrian only for big events like this, but that's what it is. Seemed like in front of the police HQ, there's a CN Tower movie that was a bit interesting. It's like 2 hours long though, so I'm not gonna stick around for that. So we continue on over here in front of the AGO, like what's going on here. This is the People's Dance Floor in front of the AGO, and it's just a screen playing some music videos. I don't know, maybe there were some live performers who were like taking a break, but when I was here it's just a screen, so that seemed really lame. And then for the rest of the area in front of the AGO, it was just food trucks, which, I don't know, I guess like you need some food trucks. It's probably good for the event, but you kind of think that like in front of the art museum, like you'd have some art stuff going on. Anyways, into Chinatown some more. The Lion's Gate, I think this was called. You could walk through that if you wanted to. You know, with the bike, I don't want like anything to get tangled on it or like ruin the thing kind of deal. This Tower of Babel. This one's kind of cool. Big old display. A bunch of languages on it. Get babbled. Yep. And is that like mostly it? Yeah, they had another Lion's Gate kind of thing. And House of Gourmet open. Hell yeah, dude. One of the best restaurants, I assume. People would order from there a lot on Uber Eats. Yeah. So once I got to Spadina, I got back on the bike and rode down Ryerson Avenue or street or whatever. There was a couple things in this building. They had like a Nuit Blanche rest station as well as like a violin thing. I went into the violin thing and it was a little bit weird. There's a little booklet with some questions on it that's like, tell the violin who you can be your most self with and how much time you can be your true self. Whisper it gently. And it's not really like you're they're like, you're not playing the violin, you're just interacting with the violin. And there was no bow, so you can play it if you wanted to, which I did want to. I actually played the violin when I was younger for a little while, but I didn't really practice enough to be like good at it. I kind of just gave up. But the violin's still cool. I don't know. Along Queen Street there was a thing, but there's also a bunch of bar people, and I don't know what I'm looking at. Like, is this a line for an art thing, or is this a bar? Like, eventually just gave up on finding whatever is over there. Then I went into the Waterworks Food Hall, which is pretty cool that this is done, and I pretty much just never go over here, but it's a neat space, actually. So yeah, walking around here looking for something. This one was letters to your ex. What do you tell your ex if you could tell them something? People have written a bunch of letters, and some of them are kind of depressing. And some of them were like, hey, sorry for not like being a better person, like it was on me. But some of them were like, yeah, you were a bad person. You know, I don't know. There was a bunch of them, and that was kind of cool. Yeah, I don't think this is like an official Nuit Blanche thing. Maybe it is. I was just like, that's neat, I guess. Do some dancing in there. So yeah, rode back down past King Street. It was wild on King Street. Over to the Stackett Market. Yeah, Stackett Market. They've got some classic stuff, some projector things. I don't know. There's always like some art stuff going on at the Stackett Market. This might be one of them. But there were some things that were labeled as Nuit Blanche, like this cardboard city. I was into this. I have a soft spot for miniatures, I guess. I don't know. I'm just like, yeah, this is sick. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, Daily Planet, and I don't know. I feel like most of the cities are kind of like modeled after something. Or the city buildings, you know what I mean. Home sweet home. Approach the glowing house and see what happens. The lights go off. It's kind of symbolizing the housing dream of many people. Is you get close and then rug pull or something. Who knows? Does that say something about the housing crisis in Toronto? Probably. Who am I to say? I mean, it was on the artist statement, so I believe him. And I think that's it for the Stack It Market. They weren't blasting music. The people in these condos have apparently complained a lot about it, which I believe them. I feel like a lot of places play music too loud. But it is what it is, I don't know. So yeah, making my way down to one of the Bentway things. This under area. Declaration of the Understory. I was confused because when I was coming over here I could see a lot of white color from it, but I guess this is just a retro reflective thing going on, because when I shine my light on I get a lot of light back. So obviously they got some projectors here projecting some flowers onto the Bentways. Those are cool. Oh yeah, I don't know, this is just kind of neat. It's looking at it a secret way. Then yep, down to the waterfront, checking out the malting silos, the waterfall festival. It was kind of just projecting some stuff on those silos. You know, we've seen that kind of thing before down here. That's neat. In Little Norway Park there wasn't anything, but I got here as a group of people were walking through the fog, and it was just neat. The fog was real low. Kind of a neat effect, I don't know. So yeah, over to the Bentway proper, next to Fort York. And yeah, I don't know, feeling kind of let down by this, to be honest. Some years they go pretty big. This year didn't really feel like that. They had this digital display, which was a little bit cool. They had an Xbox Connect or something attached, so it would draw you. And that's kind of fun. And down this way, honestly, I was was that it? Because it was so dark here. But there was a couple other things. Seeing Celsius. They've got some thermal imaging cameras set up that you can look around with. That's kind of cool. Only one of them swiveled though, so you did have to share. And then over here. Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna be a Nuit Blanche thing, or if this is just gonna sit here for a while. Maybe forever. I think it's been there for a while, so maybe that's why the Bentway was not really popular this year. It didn't really seem like anything big was happening. A bit of a shame. It wasn't terrible. However, if people are overwhelmingly that was the worst Nuit Blanche, I kind of believe it, because there wasn't any big wow ones this year, it kind of feels like, so that's a bit of a bummer, but it is what it is. Later, folks.